I'm really on just to talk really quickly because I get so many questions, career questions from people around how do I find a job? I want to go to the next level. I'm stuck at a company. I feel like I'm not growing. And people consistently are asking like me this question all the time. Today, I happened to be at a board meeting with Anita. She's amazing. And she sits on a board with me. And she was telling me, guess what? I found a new job. And I was like, wait a minute. You just told me that you were looking for a job like 30 days ago. And mind you, 30 days ago was in December. So we've also had Christmas and the New Year. So how in the heck did you find a job in less than 30 days in the Dallas market that is with a top-notch company and a great job that is upward mobility for her? So I'm going to start asking you some questions so you can tell them this story because I think this story is absolutely amazing. So tell them first, you walked out, you have been with a company for how many years?
5.5 years, and on December the 14th was my last day there.
Okay.
So I wrapped up that day, December 14th.
December 14th.
Right before Christmas.
Yes, and you and I talked about 2 days after that, and you said, hey, I'm on the market, I'm looking for a new job. So key number one, jewel number one, she started reaching out to her peers, and before I feel like I'm the connector connoisseur here, she had already found a job. So you reached out to me, you said, hey, I'm on the market again, and what did you do to land it? I know one of the things that you said to me, and I said it earlier, was you started treating the job search like it was your job.
Yes.
So that's jewel number 2. So what did you do? Tell the people what you did.
So after working with an staffing agency and constantly giving people advice on how to find new jobs, how to transition into new industries, once it happens to you, you're finding yourself sitting there and faced with, you have to take your own advice. And that's the first thing, is take your own advice. What you give people every day, you need to listen to it yourself. What I started doing is approaching it as though it was my job every day to find another job. And then, so I made sure that I reached out to my network, and I started calling, I started emailing people, saying hello, if you hear of anything, I'm on the market. So just reaching out to my network, so that kind of helped build my momentum. I also started setting up, can I meet you for coffee? Can we meet for lunch? And just started meeting people and talking to people within my network about, here's where I am and here's what's going on, and getting good professional advice from them as well. But then I decided to look at things a little bit differently as I'm going through that process, staying busy every day on the computer, looking at companies, signing, making sure that I'm getting little pop-ups when new jobs hit the market so that I could be aware of those as well. I took a different approach.
Okay, we're gonna pause because I want y'all to listen. This is the part, right? She took a different approach, and I want y'all. This is brilliant. Next time I'm on the market, watch out. I am going to do this, so I want y'all to pay close attention. So, what did you do to land the job that you have now? What was the specific thing that you did that made you stand out?
I changed my mindset, for one, and it went from I'm not looking for a job, but I'm looking for a company that's looking for me, that wants me to add value to them. And when I changed my mindset, it made my approach in doing things a little bit different. I found a company out there that had a posting for a position, and instead of just applying online like normal, I reached out to the network, found out who was connected to someone within that company that could be a decision maker, and I created a strategy, a talent management strategy, and I emailed that strategy in to that company. Just talking about my approach, what approach would I take if I worked there in talent acquisition.
So she saw a role that was a need for the company. There was a need for the company. It had a job description and it was vacant. So rather than just shooting at a moving target, putting her name in there, she then took the company, made a PowerPoint, and designed a strategy for what she would do to help that company from a talent acquisition perspective. She researched what were their needs, what kind of industry they were in, and she then, not only, I want y'all to catch this, she researched emails, whether it was via LinkedIn or however you found it, and she found a contact inside that company, and she sent this attachment with her plan. So from there, the company gets it, right?
Right.
And what happens?
When they received the PowerPoint, I guess they must have viewed it. I received a call one day that says, listen, we want to bypass a telephone interview with you. We want you to come in. When are you available to meet with us?
Wow.
I then went and met with the group. It was a panel interview. And again, when I walked in that room, you know, I haven't looked for a job in 5.5 years. So it was, again, that mindset. Why am I here? What can I offer you? But in the same time, I wanted to make sure that they also was the right company for me, and that
You were interviewing them as well.
absolutely every single time. So we sat there and we talked, and at the end, I actually got a job offer. So
Okay. So now this is jewel number 4, right? So this is about understanding the value proposition, right? What is it that I can do for you? Not, I need a job, and what can you do? I need a job, I need benefits, but seeing a need and filling the need, right? And showing them like, hey, I'm a valued talent, I'm on the market, catch me while you can, and saying, here's what I can do for you. You can either take it or leave it.
one of the things, Tony, that was also helpful is as I'm going through the process, I tell them, just as your company has a brand, I am branded as well. And so because I'm branded, it's important that wherever I land, that it's going to be with someone good, a company that's good, that's going to enhance my brand so that I can in turn enhance theirs as well. So I talked about my reach and the people that I'm connected with, my network, and some of the strategic things that I could do to help them actually enhance their brand.
So here's where we call jewel number 5. It's called brand equity, right? Not only do I see a need that I can fulfill for you, and not only do I want to help fulfill the needs, here's what I'll bring to the table to help you get to where you need to go, but then I come with a brand myself, and I provide a level of equity that you can now have, and that's really how you sell yourself.
Right. It was important to me that that company could recognize what I had to offer and embrace it. If they could not do that, then it would not have been the company for me. Just plain and simple. But I want to share with you, I did get an offer from that company, but I want to share with you another interview that I had gone through. And again, because I came out of staffing and I knew people.
So this was in the same 30 days?
This was in the same 30
So
days.
in the same 30, okay, catch jewel number 6, okay? So not only did she get this amazing company that she's now partnered with, but then she also landed another interview. So within 30 days, she's now had 2 interviews. So let's talk about that.
Actually had, within the second week out there, I had 2 interviews already set.
Wow.
I worked all angles that I could. So with this other position, because I know people that's also looking for jobs, and people that are in the HR field that's looking for positions as well. When I went to this company and interviewed with them, I made some bold moves. What can they say? Yes or no? It's kind of like selling, right? Either they can say yes or they can say no. One of the things I offered up to this company, it was a smaller company, but she had spoken about some of the pain points that they had gone through with people that they had worked with previously. And so I told her, I said, I know this may sound a little crazy, but based upon what you've been through, it's going to be important that you do the best for your company. So I want to do this. I want to give you another option. I want the job. I'm very interested, or I wouldn't be sitting here, but I want to give you another candidate as well.
Wow.
And so I actually gave her the name of another candidate that was also searching for a position that I felt was very qualified for the position, just as I was.
Wow.
And she kind of looked at me and said, what are what are you talking about? And I said, no, don't get me wrong, I'm very interested. But the decision that you make is going to impact your company. And in turn, if that decision is me, I'm going to be impacted as well. I don't want you to have regrets. And companies can find plenty of people out there. And I said, I'd rather you get an endorsed candidate than a candidate that has not been endorsed. I'm sitting here with you based upon what you know from me. I can tell you I endorse this person that I'm going to present to you, as well as myself.
So let's stop there. Why then, you're sitting in this meeting, did you think that that person had better skill sets? Did you think that that person had, or a niche skill set that they needed? I mean, what makes you say, I have another friend who's also on the market who would be really great for this job, even though I'm still looking for a job? What gets you there?
It's called giving back. Giving back, and I would rather give back to someone that is right there with me, that's been along, that I've helped, or that's helped me in the past. I'd rather be able to give that person, offer that person up as an option to get employment for that person than to be selfish and just say, I'm afraid that, they're going to beat me out or whatever. It's not about that.
So you felt like that person was as great as a
that
skill
person
set,
was
and
actually had better skill sets than I did.
Okay. And here's the thing that I want people. So this is are we on 7? Are we on 7? Do you remember? 6 or 7? We're 7. At 8. I'm gonna stop counting because I know I lost count. But here's what I will say. You can't steal second base with your foot on first, right? So a lot of times what happens is, what you want in the world, you have to kind of put out, right? So what people don't really understand is that that's kind of how the universe works, right? So here she is sitting in a meeting, and, that's how she got her job. She said, you know what, as I'm sitting here listening, I would take this job because I feel like I can do the job, but there's somebody who I really feel like is who can really kill this. So let me give them the informed decision. If they still want to keep me, I will gladly take the job, but there's someone, and by her doing that, she invited the universe to bring her something even better. So, I don't want to keep y'all all day, but I really had to jump on Facebook Live because I felt like this was such a great story to tell. And listen, as an HR professional, as what I consider myself to be a career expert, connoisseur, cultivator, those are all words I use for myself. I have not landed a job in 30 days. And typically what I tell people is that anywhere from 6 months on a market is normal, right? So to be able to show people how in 30 to 60 days you could pretty much land your dream job is amazing.
I think, and one of the things that for me is that finding yourself out there and in the search, you start to really feel some of the things that other people, that you've heard from others, you start to feel them yourself. And it's about faith and having that faith and saying, what am I going to do? Am I going to worry about it? No, I can't worry. I don't have time to worry about finding a job. I just need to put in the work to do it.
And you know what? Something else that comes to mind while you're talking is that one of the earlier points that you made was about your network. I know a lot of people in my network. It's too late to start connecting with people when you need something, or your network is your brand equity. It is how you move mountains, and so it's important for you to get plugged in. And in fact, how me and Anita know each other is through networking and through an organization. So we both sit on a board together, and so next time I'm on the market, guess who I'll be calling? Miss Anita Paxton. So to walk me through how do I stand out. And I'm all about professional courage. This is such a great demonstration of that. I could not walk out of this building without sharing. I have never done this, but guess what? I'm going to be bringing y'all some more corporate tea here soon about how you do things like this. I just appreciate Anita for sharing her testimony and her story. And y'all leave some comments right below and tell me how much you like this story. And if you have questions, I'll shoot them over to Anita and we'll make sure they get answered. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. You can follow me at The Corporate Tea, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thanks, guys.